Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon with a successful recovery for Overlook Horizon 12. We got it. One of the easiest recoveries we've ever had. This is awesome. So excited that we got it back. It was super easy, and I can't believe how easy it was actually. But there it is, right there. We got it laying in a field. Those are the best ones. Those are the ones I love. Laying in a field. We tried to see it when it came down. We were pretty much right here waiting for it, but we could not see it anywhere. And it ended up falling right behind the tree line. We were waiting pretty much right here where I'm standing now. Big field's here. Ended up landing on the other side of this tree line, and we were looking, trying to see it come down. We did not see it come down at all. So it is what it is, I guess. So anyways, we do have it recovered. We're going to take a look at some footage because I have not looked at it myself. I don't know what we got and what's in there as far as how it looks or what the camera's captured, but it's off, it's recovered. It did have a bit of a hard landing. The micro payload, which worked flawlessly throughout the entire flight, it's a bit dirty now. It took a pretty hard landing being on the outside of the payload. You can see the support structure broke off on landing. Took a pretty rough landing. The GPS is a little bit bent. That's all right though, it'll just bend right back into place. But yeah, it took a bit of a rough landing. It's a little bit dirty and muddy, but get some of that mud out of there. But it'll live to fly another day, so it's good to go. And the big news is that it worked flawlessly through the whole thing. The guitar wire antenna, I don't know if you can see it, it came back. It's still with it. And if you look closely, it was hot glued on. I don't know if you can see that, but the hot glue is actually coming off. So I don't know if that happened on landing or if that happened during descent, because the antenna is actually it generally points straight down, but it's kind of pointed, it's pointed almost outward, like at a 90-degree angle. So the micro payload took a little bit of a rough landing on the way down. So hey Gregorius, hey Alex, Ziggy, Full, good to see you guys. Thanks, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, everything worked flawlessly in terms of the flight computer. Now the landing predictor was another story. It started off very rough. It was having a hard go, but once it got to about 30,000 feet, then it nailed it. I mean, we were pretty much right at where our landing predictor said it was going to be, and so it pretty much nailed the landing with the new prediction software. So so yeah, the system, or yeah, the flight systems worked fine. The landing predictor, something happened at the beginning between like balloon burst and about I don't know, 30,000 feet. It wasn't having a good time. But once it hit 30,000 feet, then it nailed the prediction, and we pretty much went right to where it said it was going to be, and that's where it landed. So it was very, very close. So I'm excited about that. Have to check out and see what went wrong the first, I don't know, first 70 or 80,000 feet. I'm not sure there, but we can check that out. The important thing was it got us here accurately, which is kind of amazing. I'm pretty pumped about that. So yeah, rough go on this. Flight computer itself looks pretty good here. We'll set this inside. I'm going to jump in the car here too in a minute. We're going to start headed back, but I want to at least start the broadcast, and I'll stay live with you. We're going to look at some footage. I'm going to get the computer out. We'll take a look at it. But here, we'll look inside. Let me see if I can switch this camera around. There we go. All right, let's pull it down here. Everything's in good working order here so far. A little bit frosty. Battery's got a lot of condensation on them. They're still pretty cold. Flight computer's cold, but everything was running and working as it was supposed to when we recovered it. So let's see, I'm trying to switch the camera around, and I saw, how do I get comments back? Show me the comment back again. There we go. Missed the live launch, but I'm here now. Thanks, Stubby. Thanks for coming. Does anyone ever tell you have no access to their land? So far, no. Everybody's been very generous and interested in what's going on, so it's been been pretty good. And then I think I saw somebody asked about the altitude. We did it, if you were following our auto tweeter, the auto tweeter was also having an issue with trying to figure out what the maximum altitude was. The maximum that I saw was 110,000 feet. That's where I saw, that's the highest that I saw in the transmissions, but this SD card will have the second by second updates, so we're going to take a look at that in just a second. I'm going to take it out now and get that, and then let's see, we're going to pull out the cameras here. Let me see if I can get, Jeff, can you hold this camera for a second? I have Jeff hold the camera. And then what happens if no one is home? Do you sneak onto the land? I cannot confirm or deny how we handle that situation. I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. I'm gonna get the cameras out here. We'll get the SD cards. I'm gonna have Jeff here hold the gimbal. Here, actually.
How will I know it's on you?
Oh, yeah. You're probably gonna have to come on this side because the microphone's facing this direction. So. All right. So. Cameras are wrapped in copper foil. That helps eliminate the electromagnetic interference. We discovered that the hard way on Overlook Horizon 3 and 4 after the cameras were breaking our flight computer. But ever since we figured that out and figured out how to fix it, we've had really no issues with that since then. Let's see. Now it's just trying to get the foil off.
Make it go down, can I?
You have to, yeah. You have to use the joystick there, right here.
Oh.
I think it's reversed to what you would think it would be. Yeah. Yeah, the camera gimbal doesn't want to go down on its own. That's what it's trying to avoid. So there we go. We got one free. Actually, I'm gonna leave the SD card in there because I have them. For the first time, I actually labeled them with what the settings are. Each camera usually has slightly different settings, and we've done that for a couple of flights now. But I get the SD cards out and I yank them out, and then I forget to check. And then I see that I have two different camera views, but I have no idea which one came from which setting. So now they're labeled. We'll figure that out today.
Said something.
Let's see. Did I miss a comment here? Somebody said 110.068. Yeah, that was the highest broadcast I saw. Jason, incredible. Is that the highest recorded altitude for a weather balloon launch so far? Sounds like it might be close. Our highest is our highest is 112,000 feet. So we've had them up there, but that's right around average for the size of balloon that we're using. If our payload was a little bit lighter, we could probably even go a little higher. But for this size balloon, that's pretty average, is to get up to about 110,000 feet. So this one was a little bit on the heavier side, just because we had the extra micro payload on there, which hopefully going forward we may, now that we know it works with the guitar string antenna, then we can probably get rid of that and start flying it on its own. So there's camera 2, and then the last camera is the one that's in the top, facing the balloon. Let's get that guy out of here. We'll get some more foil off. We're getting there. We're gonna see. We'll see what it looks like. And clearly, I've not seen this either. So 112,000 feet. Wow, you almost broke your previous. Well, 112,000 feet. That wasn't today, or at least not that we know of yet. So you can probably save some weight by stripping the camera housing. Sorry, it went away. But that's a bit destructive and voids the warranty. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like having the camera housing on there just in case. Like today, we were a little bit worried about a. Well, we don't have like the actual housing, but I'm assuming you're talking about just take the plastic off and just leave the raw circuit boards. The only thing I don't like about that is if we landed in the water like we were in danger of today, then that camera housing protects us a little bit and it should survive the water landing. Can you take this off? There we go. All right. Three cameras ready to go. Let's put this in the car and we will get on the way. You want to hold that for one more second while I throw this in the back?
Yep.
All right. We got 4 SD cards. I'll take the camera back. Let's jump in a car. We're gonna start headed home, but while we're driving, I'm gonna get the SD cards out. Let's see what's on them. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. You gotta stay. The suspense is killing me. You gotta stay with us for just a minute here. Guitar strings are super durable, especially when completely flexed. Yeah, it was awesome that the guitar string antenna actually worked out perfectly. So, let's see. Oh, cool. I was going to ask about the guitar string antenna. Glad I made it. Yep, guitar string antenna worked perfectly. Let's put a seatbelt on here. Guitar string antenna worked great. Let's get these things down so they don't come crashing down at us. Getting hit in the face by the guitar string antenna while we're speaking about it. Bear with me, I'm getting situated here. All right, first one, we're gonna take a look. Oh, we gotta turn the computer on. Get the computer on, can't do much if it's off. All right, let's get logged in here quick. Oh. All right, so we're gonna head home. Wow, now it's hot. Keep walking around out there. All right, how do I tilt this down? There we go. Do you have to call the FAA when the flight is finished? Nope, I just go on my phone and I cancel the NOTAM. Just that lets them know that the flight's over with. They actually track with us. Surprisingly, you would think that they, I would think it was small enough that they wouldn't really be too bothered of it, but they actually follow our map. So yeah, all we have to do is just cancel the NOTAM, which I already did on my phone. Just takes a second. Alright, so here we're going to switch this around. And let's see, tilt it down. So first thing we're going to look at...
Tell people what a NOTAM is.
Yeah, the NOTAM is the Notice to Airmen. That's the official, one of the official notices. We file a whole bunch of notices, but it's one of the official notices that we file to notify pilots, air traffic, or aircraft and controllers of where our, or what we're doing, basically. Please make a separate video about the landing prognosis feature. All right, yeah, sure, we could do that. Yeah, we'll have to figure out, I'm gonna have to figure out what went wrong with the landing. I mean, it actually worked out really well, but not until it got to 30,000 feet, which is still enough time for us to get to the landing spot, but we'll have to figure out what happened above that. But so this is the data log here, just a big giant Excel spreadsheet. And right now I'm looking at, we're looking at altitude. I'm looking to see what the maximum altitude was. So here's this column here. I don't know if you can even read all this, but this column here, this is altitude in feet. This is altitude in meters. So we're going to go see if we can find where the balloon burst was. Let's see what we actually got for our maximum. Oh, passed it. Let's see, go back. Alright, hold on, stay with me. It's 103, 105, 107, 109. Here we go. Our maximum was 110, 199 feet. So there's the official maximum altitude recorded by the onboard GPS. 110,199 feet. So there you go. Broke 110,000 feet, which is pretty awesome. So and then there's a whole bunch of data. We'll use this to create some maps and some of those 3D fly-throughs and stuff like that we have. We'll check out like the minimum temperature and get all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's the big thing for that file, which is 110,199 feet. So there's that. Now on to the real exciting stuff, the stuff that you really see. We got to see the cameras. All right, let's get a camera SD card out. Up here, we'll spin you back around and see what we're going through. Maybe, I don't know if you can see this. Here we go. We got 37 files on there. And if we jump out here, oh, we actually get a decent view of the ground. That's pretty good. So this is on the way up here. Just kind of poking around, taking a peek at it, see what we got. Go up a little bit higher. Where's the video? Go, open it. No, it doesn't want to open. There we go, now it's open. Whoa, alright, we're tumbling around like crazy. Yeah, it turned out to be a little cloudier than I thought it was going to be today. Here, I'm going to turn the gimbal off here. Just manually. I think the gimbal does some funny things when, yeah, this is bouncing around like crazy. All right, that's gonna make us seasick here. Let's go a little higher, and we're way up there. Still pretty cloudy. I was hoping for a clearer day. I thought it was gonna be clearer, but there you go. There's a little bit of a clearing out there, but yeah, still very cloudy. And let's see if we can find balloon burst. Oh, that's on the way down. Let's back it up. That's still going. Is it? Oh, there you go. So it's in this file somewhere. Let's back it up. All right, here comes the balloon burst here somewhere. Whoa, look at that. That was pretty awesome. Let's back that up. Let's see that again. Boom, look at all those pieces raining down. That is awesome. That is a great shot. Boom! See that shot? That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Alright, we'll get like an HD version actually uploaded here so you can actually see what's going on, but that's pretty sweet. And then, let's see, here's our landing here. Let's see where our landing spot was. Oh, it's already down. Beeping, that's our landing alarm. Here it comes. Right into this field. Oh, boy. Hit pretty hard. Oh, and there you go. You can see the antenna. This is the antenna sticking out the bottom. There you go. Alright, so there's one video card. Let's All right, let's turn the gimbal back on here for just a second. Go the other way. All right, hang out for just a second. Let's get the other. We got 2 more cameras. That was just 1 camera. We got 2 more to look through. So let's take a peek here. All right, so there's that camera. Let's look at, well, because that balloon burst was so awesome, let's see if we got it on the upward facing camera. Let's see how well that one did. Alright, got the same 37 files here. Switch it around. So most of this one is really just looking up at the balloon. Oh, it looks like we caught some of the... have to crop out some of the box there. We caught some of the box in the corners. That's alright, not a big deal. We can crop those out. And there's a look at the balloon on the way up. Here, let's turn the gimbal off again so I can hold the camera steady. Let's see, how can I do this? There we go, that's better. Alright. So most of it is just staring at the balloon like that. Gregorius wants any chance of using a 360 camera in the future? Yes, absolutely. We definitely want to do a 360 camera. We want to make sure some of the cheaper 360 cameras don't do great quality video, so we want to use a 360 camera that's going to do something decent quality, but those are usually a little more on the expensive side, so we want to make sure that we can consistently recover these before we go 360. Alright, there's the parachute, so we missed the balloon burst. Here it is. It's got to be in this file here somewhere. Oh, let's back it up. Alright, here it is. It'll be coming up here any second. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at this. Ready? Boom. That is awesome. And look at them all fall away. That is pretty sweet. Here it is again. Boom. And then you see how quickly the payload just falls away from the balloon. Yeah, it pretty much opens right away, but it kind of like puffs out and wobbles around the whole way down. Yeah, and then it puffs out and then it collapses and puffs out and collapses. Yeah, there we go. There's our balloon burst here one more time, just because I think that's an awesome shot. Boom. You also have to remember, like, so that balloon comes down and hits the parachute. There's 30 feet of string in between the parachute and the balloon. So I mean, that parachute burst is so violent, and it like envelops the parachute right there. Super violent event. There we go. That's pretty awesome looking. Somebody missed a comment here. Jason says, OMG, that is Discovery Channel worthy. Bet that would look great slowed down further. Yeah, definitely. I'll slow that down a little bit. Get some slow motion footage of that bursting. That's a pretty sweet shot there.
Considering that camera's facing right into the sun, that's pretty...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jeff said, considering that it's staring directly at the sun, it's still a pretty good shot. That's in the cloud cover there. So here's our landing, should be. There's our landing alarm, which kind of scared me. See the parachute out. Landing's in here somewhere. Oh, jeez. Just kind of surprises you with that landing. So there we go. There's that camera. All right, let's do one more. We got one more camera to take a look at, and then we'll call it a day. We'll definitely get these uploaded. Like, you know, this is a little bit of a crude sneak peek here. You know, I'm sure I can do it better, but at the moment I'm just broadcasting through my phone and pointing it at the computer, which is not the most high-tech ways to show you a video, but it's easy, it's quick, and we'll get some of this footage posted here. Oh, need to, somebody, I forget, I missed the name on who said that. Oh, Stubby said need to put a little bit of red and blue powder in that balloons for the burst. That'd be pretty cool.
Extra weight.
Yeah, extra weight, which is always critical, and plus, like, the balloons are super sensitive. They get a little
in 1,000 feet, stay to the right.
They get a little bit touchy, and so love to do something like that, but. All right, so here's camera 3. All right, last one here. We could take a look. This was us getting ready for.
Good with the quadcopter?
Am I still here? Oh, so there we go.
Continue straight for 12 minutes to New York 318.
So here's our launch operation. I'm going to turn the gimbal off again. This is back at the launch site. We should be. Oh, there it is. There's our liftoff. There we go. It's a little bit rocky on the liftoff there. Sorry, we got a glare. That's the liftoff from our launch site. Let's see, we'll take a peek at a couple others here real quick. Yeah, still a little bit cloudy. Cloudier than I was hoping it was going to be today. Up above the clouds, we're getting a pretty bad glare on the computer screen here. I know this is not the highest, not super high tech. Let's see. Wow, look at how fast that's spinning. That is real time. I don't think I've ever seen our payload spin that fast. That is spinning crazy fast right now. I've really never seen the payload spin that fast. That's pretty incredible. I don't know why it's spinning that fast. Shit is really going. I mean, our payloads spin all the time, but usually not that fast. Like, that is really fast. That's crazy. All right. Oh, there's that. On the way down. Oh, that's on the way down. Let's go back. Oh, maybe that's on the way down that it's spinning that fast? That must be on the way down. Oh, yeah. I guess that's why it's spinning that fast. It's just on the way down. I still have never, even on the way down, I've never seen it spin that fast. But here's the balloon burst again. This one's a pretty good color in this camera. And there's a couple of the pieces. The other camera's got the better shot with all the pieces there. It's still pretty cool though. Well, there it is. There you have it. So we got everything. Let's close this all up here. That's all our data cards. We got. Let's see. Upper level wind was quite turbulent. The tracking data was all over the place. Yeah. Well, if you were watching our prediction pretty much followed the correct outlining structure. It did turn to the south a little bit earlier than expected, which was actually really nice. I think I got the wrong camera. How did I end up with the wrong camera? There it is. I want to make sure we got set different settings. Sure which, so I know which settings look better. So anyways, what was he saying? Oh, so the predicted path pretty much followed exactly what we thought it was going to, except for the turn to the south was a little sooner than expected, which was actually good for us because that meant we missed the water, which we were afraid of. So I wasn't too unhappy about that. But the landing predictor, that was all over the map. That did not Did not do well the first 70,000 feet on the way down. But then once it got to, I think I said earlier, once it got to 30,000 feet, then it nailed it. I mean, it got the landing spot like pretty spot on, which I was super impressed by. So that's very promising how well it worked once it got to the 30,000 feet level. But there's something happened, and I don't know what. I'll have to look at it a little bit later. But something happened between 30,000 and 70,000 feet that it got itself all screwed up, because it was predicting a landing site like way out there. So it must have got a measurement, a GPS measurement that it wasn't expecting. And my guess is that it measured the wind at like some crazy fast speed, like 500 miles an hour or something like that. And so that one measurement was screwing it up, and it was thinking that it was going to hit this patch of wind and go 500 miles an hour. So I guess I got to look into that and see if we can probably just, if we get a wind speed that high, we'll just disregard it and know that it's an outlier. So there it is. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that flight, and how easy the recovery was. That is so awesome. I love that.
Good weather.
Yeah, good weather, right?
Ground landing.
Yeah, landed just right in the field. We could just go walk up, grab it, get out of there. We'll get home at 4 o'clock here, so in another 30 minutes we'll be home. Got the whole rest of the day. So that's pretty awesome.
Still daylight.
Yeah, still daylight, where it's not the middle of the night. We're not trying to pull it out of a tree. So it was only missing a land here bright flasher marker. Yeah, I would love to, part of long-term goals. We talk long-term for a second, but part of the long-term goals. So we're going to develop this landing predictor that can do really accurate predictions. Once we can get to that point, then we can move on to some really advanced stuff and try to control the parachute a little bit. Kind of like the whole SpaceX Mr. Steven. I saw Mr. Steven comments in the earlier. Kind of like the Mr. Steven idea would be to control the parachute and direct the payload to a certain area. Now, I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to get it to turn around and come home, but if we can take a view of the landing area and be like, all right, there's trees over there, there's field over here, let's go land in the field instead of the trees. That would save so much aggravation. That's still probably way down the line, but that's where we want to get to, because I think that would make things a whole lot easier for recovery. But the landing predictor, that's the first step. If we can actually be there, one of the things that's super exciting, we still only done it twice. Super exciting if you can actually see it land. We've seen it land twice. That's it. One time we caught it. One time we saw it land, and then it just happened to land in power lines, which that wasn't good. But that's it. We've only seen it land twice. So the landing predictor is also hopefully going to help with that, so that we can be at the landing spot and actually see it come in. So that's my hope. We didn't see it come in today. We were watching. It kept reporting its altitude. It was like 5,000 feet, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000. We're looking right where it says it's at, and we couldn't see it, couldn't find it. And then eventually it landed, and so we went over it, and there it was, just sitting on the ground, which is awesome. Love when that happens. So there it is. I'll get some, I'll put some photos up on Twitter here in just a second or two. So get some more HD photos and share those out here in just a second. But somebody said, Jason, could you make the payload be a lightweight drone? It could control its landing then. The tricky thing is, you have to, if you're going to try to control the landing, if you want to stay in the classification of weather balloons, you have to use passive controls. You can't use any active propulsion. So propellers are out or anything like that, because then it's a drone, and then you're running into the same issues that people that fly regular drones on the ground run into. Like you can't go over 400 feet. It's got to be within line of sight, all that kind of stuff. So for a weather balloon, if you're going to control its landing, it's got to be passive control. So you could use a steerable parachute. You could use like control surfaces, like on the wing of an airplane. but you can't use propellers or thrusters or any sort of like active propulsion. In a whole different category there. So I guess I shouldn't say you can't use them. You could use them. Then you get into it's going to be a lot more work, a lot more paperwork, really. So, all right. Well, I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to show here today. I'm super excited that we had such a good flight. Mission accomplished, Jason Davidson says. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are hanging out here. Mission accomplished for. This was an easy. Like when it's easy and it goes according to plan. Both flight computers, just to summarize here, both flight computers worked perfectly. The main flight computer worked great, tracked the whole time. The secondary flight computer worked great, tracked the whole time. We got the antenna back. So it didn't break off. The guitar string, the guitar wire antenna worked. So I'm glad that happened. So now we can get adventurous and maybe try to fly the secondary, the little micro payload. We might try another one like we did Overlook Horizon 10 and try to fly it by itself again. So anyways, that's what we got going on for today. That's a summary. Success on both accounts. Got some great shots of the balloon burst. I'm pretty pumped for that. We almost scrapped the balloon camera today because it put us a little bit on the heavier side. We just came in underweight for like our FAA requirements, so we were just underweight, still underweight, but it was getting close, and we were trying to make sure that we stayed underneath that weight, and we were almost to the point where we were going to have to scrap the camera facing the balloon, but I'm glad that we didn't have to do that. We could make it work because we got a pretty awesome shot of that balloon burst at 110,000 feet, 110,199 feet. That's our official maximum altitude today, 110,199 feet. Pretty awesome. I think that puts us, that's got to be like our second highest altitude, maybe? I have to check that out. Yeah, our highest is 112. I know we've had 107, we've had 108. I guess I'll have to check. I don't have, my internet's not working here at the moment, but I'll have to check and see where that puts us. This might be the second highest altitude we've got at 110,000 feet. So, so yeah, there we go. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, well, I think I'm going to wrap up here. Check out, we'll post some pictures on Twitter and Facebook here, and probably on Instagram as well. So make sure you're following us on those channels. And then the next time we'll be live will be May 31st, next SpaceX launch for the SES mission, launching from Cape Canaveral. So we'll do a live broadcast for that as well on May 31st. But hopefully we can get some, well, we'll definitely get some photos up today. Hopefully we can get some video up as soon as possible. And so yeah, come back for the 31st. We'll talk some SpaceX and might get a little video preview on that SpaceX live broadcast too. So definitely check that out. Plus we got more stickers and patches to give away during the SpaceX launch as well. So, so definitely hang around. Oh, Gregorius won't be around on the 31st. We're not going to have a moderator. All right, we're going to need moderator volunteers. Whoever wants to be a moderator for the SpaceX broadcast, you let me know. We'll pick a moderator. Vacation time. Oh, that's all right. Vacation's okay. So yeah, anything else I got? Did I miss anything? I think we covered everything. Words of wisdom, Jeff?
Happy times.
Yeah.
No climbing trees or just fording swamps.
Yeah, no swamps. Swamps? No swamps, no trees, no water landing. Good day, successful mission, easy mission. Like when it's easy. So so there it is. I think I'm going to end it there, and then yeah, then join us on the 31st. Yeah, no scuba lobster. So yeah, there we go. All right, well, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. check out any word on the lost flight. No word yet still on the lost. I'm assuming you're talking about Shrimpy. Yeah, Shrimpy is still gone. We do have some Where's Shrimpy t-shirts, made up pretty cool t-shirts. If you want to support the cause, we got to find Shrimpy. They're actually pretty cool t-shirts. I like them. I thought it was one of our cooler designs. But anyways, there's Where's Shrimpy t-shirts at overlookhorizon.com/shirts. If you want to help spread the word and see if we can find Shrimpy, you can order a Where's Shrimpy t-shirt, overlookhorizon.com/shirts. So, all right. Well, yeah, check out the social media channels for some photos in a little bit here, and we'll catch you guys all on the 31st for the next SpaceX Falcon 9 launch. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good rest of the day and happy Memorial Day. Take care. See you guys.